All right, this is Chris again. Now, this one for the Ranunculus class is the German short rows. Okay, short row means exactly what it says. You're going to go to a point, you're not going to go all the way across, so you're stopping short and then you're going back and you're stopping short. And what it does, it will add fabric. Okay, so right now, this is all the same height, even though we added stitches, the same height here, same height here, same height here. But when we go to do short rows, we're going to add fabric here. So in the pattern, and I'll start with English, she calls it the end of a round, I call it the beginning of the round. She says knit 5. Oh, I got a little split stitch there. There we go. This one. All right, knit 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She says turn, and then she says German short row, the stitch, GSR. What that means is you're going to slide this first stitch, the last stitch you knitted, purlwise straight over. And now we're going to lift this up and over the needle. And actually, because we're going to purl, we're going to go all the way around the needle. So we pulled and made these double legs from the stitch below. This is actually the stitch below, right? So this is the stitch that we just did. This is the legs of the stitch below, and we're pulling it. And when it does that, you can actually see how it pulls tight against here and here. It's pulling that stitch legs tighter together so that it's pulling in into here and pulling here so that you can close up that gap. So I'm going to bring it to the front. I'm going to pull tight, and now I'm going to purl back. So it says purl 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Slip. Then it says purl 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It says turn. And then it says do the German short row again. We have to bring the yarn forward first. The yarn is always in front before you do anything. Slip the stitch over purlwise, lift. There we go. See, we're lifting those legs from the stitch below. Pull it tight. Now this time we're doing a knit, so we don't have to bring it all the way around the needle. But I'm going to pull. I see how I got my needle already in to knit, so that when I pull it tight, I know I kept it tight. And you can see the double legs right back here. This is the stitch I knitted, and this is the double. All right, so now I'm going to go back 3 more. 1, 2, 3, and I'm back around. Now she says knit 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And she says knit or SR, which means the German short row stitch, the double leg stitch. Some patterns call them DSs. So I'm going to go in here. I'm going to knit. See, here's the crisscross. I'm going to knit right there. I got 2, and I'm going to knit. On the back side, the first section that we're doing, the short rows in, she says knit 3 more. 1, 2, 3. On the front side, which we don't do as many rows, I think she has you slip 5. So pay attention to what she says, how many you're supposed to knit, not slip, knit. Okay, I'm going to slide it back over. I'm going to do this one continental. Okay, I'm going to slide it back over. This one I got to pull. I want to see those 2 double legs. Pull, I got to pull it all the way around. I want to pull it tight. And I'm going to purl back. And her counts are like spot on. So when she tells you should be at your short row stitch, you are. So that's the nice thing. She's spot on with her counts. All right. And now I'm going to go back across. And I got to resolve this one. That's what they call it when you get to the They say resolve it. Basically what they're telling you is get it back down to one leg. Oh, got a puff of yarn in there. Okay, there we go. And so I'm going to turn around. I'm going to purl. You can see I can purl. See that you can see where they're little together. All right, and I'm going to purl this, snug it tight, and then I'm going to go past 3 more. 1, 2, 3. So you're going to continue this way until, for the amount of rows that she has you do. You're going to keep going back and forth, and it's going to keep building more. In the front, you don't do as many, but you go farther apart in distance. Now, everything is good. I'm going to do my short row. So the short row stitch that I do on the knit side, I always resolve on the purl side, except the last one you do. So I'm going to show you what happens here. So I'm going to work my way across. I'm going to pretend this is the last row of the last section of short rows. It's, for the back per se. Okay, so it'll tell me to knit how many stitches it is to get to my short row stitch. And then it'll tell me to continue on because it's going to make me go around to the front to do some short rows. Okay. But we're not going to do round to the front. I'm going to pretend we're doing it in the round, but not, I'm not going to show the front. The front's done the same way. It's just that the amount of stitches are a little different to count. Okay, I think she does 5 across and then 5 after each one rather than 3 after one, like in the back. Okay, which makes it a little shallower of the fabric add-on. Matter of fact, I could probably show you mine. Okay, so I'm going to pretend this is in the round and bring this all the way over. I'm going to bring my yarn over like I went to in the round, even though I didn't. And I'm going to knit to my, so if I was doing this and I had finished my front and I was coming back this way, I'd be knitting away and I would come to this German short row. And she actually tells you where it is, and I can see it right here. See it right here? But it looks different because the crisscross is on the back side now, because normally we came back here and we fixed it. We did this on the purl side, but this is the one time we're going to have to do the knit German short row on the knit side, resolve it on the knit side. So we're going to get to it, and we're just going to knit it. That's all we're going to do. We're not going to do anything different, but you want to be aware when you're looking for it, what it looks like, that it looks different than what you did on the before, because you're looking at the other side of it now. Where are we at? There we go. 2 more and then I'm there. 1, 2. Okay. So now I'm just going to knit these 2 together, nice and snug, and then continue knitting. Give it a nice little tug, and that's it. And then your short rows will be done. Okay, so it kind of adds a little bit of material to the front, to the top. See how this is, I only did a couple. And look, you can see that this is easy. Oh God, I got some dirty nails. You can see that this is easy, an inch or so. And here it's just barely a half. And I only did a couple of rows. And you got to do a lot more than that to do it. So happy knitting.